This is Cryptids and Comedians, a show where two stand-up comics talk about mythical creatures, legendary monsters, and fabled beasts the same way we talk about that comedy club that doubles for a music venue on Mondays and Tuesdays, but somehow they get it right. We hope that place exists, but it probably does not. I'm Thom Tran with my co-host Peter Murphy.
Hey everybody, Peter here. Thanks for tuning in.
Every week we talk about a different cryptid, and I tell Peter about the history, lore, cultural significance, and pop culture references, and show him any evidence, if there is any, and he tells me why I'm wrong. Yeah. Peter, as always, can you tell the folks who are here for the first time or who just don't know what a cryptid is?
Oh, well, if you're joining us for the first time, I hope you're having a great month, and you're in for a treat because I feel like this is going to be a great episode. What you need to know, before you dive into the meat of this episode, what a cryptid is. And a cryptid is, it's like a real, it's a chicken nugget, but it's like a chicken tender, but like thinner, like a thin breaded chicken nugget that's like smaller, kind of like what you might get at Chick-fil-A. Like the full name is cryptid, but they squish it into chicken nugget. But the official, professional term for chicken nugget is cryptid.
Okay. No, that's way wrong.
And that's not correct?
That is not correct. A cryptid is any creature or animal that's rumored to exist, but there's never been any scientific or hard evidence to actually prove its existence.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yes, we're only 20 episodes. This week we're talking about one of the most majestic cryptids, which is a combination of two real animals. Peter, can you think of any creatures that are a combination of two real animals?
Ooh, combination of two real animals. You know what? Lady Gaga, for one, just part unicorn, part just ferocious badger, and maybe part two animals, like a minotaur. Oh, like part human, part, because aren't we all animals, Tom?
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, part animal, part horse, and then. Oh, yeah. Who's that guy that plays SpongeBob on Broadway that's dating Ariana Grande?
I have no idea.
He's got to have a.
No idea.
He's got to have a lot in him to star in Wicked, be SpongeBob on Broadway, and date Ariana Grande. So I imagine he's got a lot going on.
Okay. One of those three things kind of made sense in the realm of what we're doing. But you were very close.
Oh.
However, this week, we're not talking about Blake, Peter, or Eddie, but we are talking about Griffins.
Whoa. Griffins. Okay. Yes. I've heard of these.
Okay. What do you know about Griffins?
They're on the crest of Gryffindor. Of the Harry Potter.
Oh,
of Harry Potter.
That makes sense. This very moment is what I'm learning.
Now you get, you're like, now I get it.
This very moment.
And also made famous by that Family Guy scene with Peter Griffin where he's like, he's like, what's your name? And he's looking around for inspiration, and he looks at someone peeing, and he goes, pee, and he looks over somewhere else, he goes, and then someone's like tearing a piece of paper, tear, and he looks in the sky, and he's like, it's a griffin. Great bit. Pee, tear, griffin.
Well, let's start with the basics. What are griffins? A griffin, sometimes spelled Gryphon or Griffon, because English isn't complicated at all. Griffins, these legendary creatures, have the body, tail, and back legs of a lion, and the head, wings, and front talons of an eagle.
Oh, whoa.
It's what happens when two apex predators get together and decide to form like a mythical supergroup. So it's like the Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young of cryptids. If you created a cryptid supergroup, Peter, who would be in that supergroup?
Cryptid supergroup of musicians, say?
Of cryptids. If you had to have...
of cryptids.
If you wanted to create a super band of cryptids, what cryptids would be in that supergroup?
Yeah, of the ones that we've covered so far, unicorn is definitely leading.
Okay.
And then alongside...
You get four.
If it's a group of four, I'll take The jumping vampire.
Okay.
That one's pretty sweet.
It's a weird mix already.
And then Jack Frost for sure, who's he's got his own element, right? Like he's like the Aquaman,
right?
Where he's like only good in the snow. And then I would say what was it? The New Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil. Okay,
Jersey Devil,
your super group of cryptids would be Unicorn, the Hopping Vampire, the Jersey Devil, and which one?
And Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
What about you? What are your four?
My cryptid super group, my damn Yankees of cryptids.
Right.
Of the ones we've done, or can I pick any?
Anyone, yeah, anyone. Pick anyone.
I'm gonna go with Griffin. Not just because this is the episode we're doing, but it's kind of a badass. I mean, look at this thing.
It's pretty sweet.
That's kind of amazing.
How does he fit through doorways?
Very, very gingerly.
He doesn't. Yeah,
very gingerly. So I'd say the Griffin, the skunk ape.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Florida skunk ape. Because you have the Griffin, which is like super majestic and super powerful, and then you have the skunk ape, which is like who's that Peanuts character that everybody like just smelled like crap, garbage?
I think Linus. Maybe.
No, the one that Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have the Griffin, and then you have the Pigpen of the cryptid world, which is the Florida skunk ape.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go Chupacabra.
Oh,
DEI.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, DEI higher. He's tough.
And Bigfoot. I mean, this is a big four.
Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah. There's no one's messing with them, and no one's stopping them either.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take the Transformers to stop them.
Yes.
Right.
Well, funny you say that, because the Griffin, this two-piece Voltron of a cryptid, isn't just any animals stuck together. It's a combination of the lion, which is, the king of the land, and the eagle, which is the king of the sky. Ooh. So it's more like the Devastator of cryptid combiners. And I know I just made a Voltron reference and a Transformers reference at the same time. It's fine. Look, just go with me. Get out of the comments. Just just understand what I'm doing. Okay, I'm making it flowery.
Double Transformers. Yes. Double Transformers.
So from the very beginning, Griffins usually symbolized power, vigilance, and authority. They were thought to be fierce guardians, protectors of treasure, creatures that you just did not mess around with. If dragons were like raw destructive power, Griffins were more like elite security, intelligence, watchful, absolutely ready to ruin your day if you cross a line. So maybe not Devastator, more like the Superion of combiners, but definitely not Technotron. Getting heavy into Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, if the Transformer people are listening, making the call.
Heavy G1.
You're making the call out to the universe, yeah.
So Griffins showed up in ancient art, mythology, heraldry, usually standing watch over something valuable like gold or sacred spaces or royal authority. The message is always the same as with these animals. You're not supposed to be here. So let's talk about the lore, legend, and history of Griffins, which is weird because there's no actual origin story to the Griffin. According to Dr. Emily Zarka of PBS's Monstrum, we can't actually pinpoint any origin story for the Griffins. They were just always kind of like there in legend and myth. The Griffin story goes back 4,000 years at least, making one of the oldest mythical creatures humanity ever imagined. Some of the earliest depictions come from ancient Mesopotamia and Persia, where griffin-like creatures appeared in art as divine guardians. They weren't cute or cuddly. They were very serious. They were sacred beings tied to gods and cosmic order. By the time the ancient Greeks got to them, griffins had a very specific job. According to Greek writers like Herodotus, griffins lived in distant, mysterious lands, usually somewhere beyond the known world. So, outside of Glendale.
Right.
Where they protected vast deposits of gold from greedy humans. So,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Most of the cryptids that we cover are like out in the world. Obviously, like, in a swamp, say, or a forest, or, are kind of like living their own lives and discovering. This one seems like something that would protect, like, say, gold, like you mentioned, or be added protection for like a fortress in the sky or something like that, right?
Okay. So this story may actually have some real world explanations because some historians believe that Griffin legends were inspired by fossilized dinosaur skeletons, particularly the Protoceratops found near like gold-rich regions in Central Asia. So if you look at this photo, I mean, if you saw a beaked skull with 4 legs, someone might reasonably scream, lion eagle monster. Like if you,
Right.
like if you just saw that skeleton and like looked at, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see this image that I found of like what would be the skeleton of a Protoceratops, and then what people imagined a griffin would look like. And would you look at this, Peter, and go, yeah, I get that?
Yeah, I could see it. I'd be like, oh, well, of course the wings don't have bones, but, it probably had wings on it, Or this looks like nothing I've ever seen before. How can I justify that? Oh, it might be, something dropped on us from the heavens, that God created. Or, yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like it's got like a pit bull head. And then little like...
Oh my God, I literally thought Pitbull, the singer. I was like, it does not look...
The singer? Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. The head of Mr. Worldwide. Pitbull head, like big, like a big, massive head. And then just really tiny feet, like for like a little Cocker Spaniel or something like that.
Yeah, but if you'd imagine this image, like you're a person in ancient times and you see a why can't I say this? Protoceratops with that big skull, like the beaked looking skull and the beak,
right?
Which kind of looks like an eagle.
Yeah.
But then it's on 4 legs, 4 giant legs.
Yeah.
So of course you're going to think this is a lion eagle hybrid. It's not a huge leap. Like it's not a giant step for someone to imagine that being, this ancient creature that they've heard tale about in different lands. And they go, oh my God, I just found this giant head that looks like it's got a huge beak and a body. Yeah, so of course.
Must be.
Yeah. So griffins later became seen as divine and royal symbols. Across different cultures, griffins became associated with the sun, divine power, royal authority, because, of course they did. In ancient Egypt, griffin-like creatures symbolized the pharaoh's power over land and sky, and the logic was simple. Then in medieval Europe, we fast forward to the Middle Ages, where griffins absolutely thrived in legend. In medieval bestiaries, which were basically illustrated animal encyclopedias that mixed fact, fiction, and moral lessons. So, like Reddit in the Middle Ages. Griffins were described as loyal, fierce, and monogamous.
Monogamous?
Monogamous. So
monogamous?
Yeah, monogamous.
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 I
was waiting. I was
monogamous.
Which one of us was
monogamous?
Yes.
How is that a character? I don't understand how that's a characteristic.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like they made for life, like penguins or pigeons?
Yes. Oh. So it was believed that griffins were, they would mate for life, which led to griffins becoming symbols of faithfulness and marriage.
Oh, fascinating.
Right?
Oh, that's cool.
So,
though, two alpha animals like that, like an eagle and a lion.
Do lions they're cheating? Lions don't mate for life.
I don't think not with all that power. They're cheating.
Yeah.
They're probably cheating.
But eagles mate for life, right?
I don't know. Like not as famously as penguins do, but I don't think penguins have enough options out there.
Fun fact, while I was in the Army, I invented a sexual position called the bald eagle.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I heard... And
spread eagle.
It's the bald eagle.
Okay.
This was This is a sexual position I invented, and named it after the most majestic animal, the national bird of the United States.
Yeah.
Because I had heard, and I might be incorrect about this, but eagles would mate at 10,000 feet, and then they would just fall, and if they didn't finish, they would die. That's what I was told as a young 18 or 19-year-old. So the position I invented was you would be doing the dirty on the top bunk of of the bed, and right before you finish, you roll off, and if you don't finish in time, something ends badly.
You die.
It ends poorly.
A move that is named after our nation's bird, but can really only be done in a college dorm room. That's getting your student loan money for sure. That's good. I like that one. I don't think I've ever created a sexual position.
If you did, what would it be called? If you created a sexual position and named it after a cryptid, what cryptid would it be, and what would the position be?
Oh, it would be the Chinese hopping vampire.
Oh my god!
And
Oh god, I don't like this already.
and it would be and at nighttime, you hop around to different parts of a rooftop to have sex with another person.
That's very
you shop
exhibitionist.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say it was easy.
Okay.
But that's what we're doing.
All right. So once again, griffins were believed to mate for life, which led to griffins becoming a symbol of faithfulness and marriage. So a terrifying gold-hoarding predator became a relationship role model. And Christian symbolism took this further because griffins combined an earthly animal, the lion, and a heavenly animal, the eagle. So they became symbols of Christ's dual nature, both human and divine. Because if we Christians can do anything, it is take a symbol that has nothing to do with Christianity and make it part of this religion.
And bastardize it.
Yeah.
There's always like a fun way. That's why sometimes I go to church and I like. Sometimes I'll go to church. I do. I sometimes I'll go. I have a friend that goes to church regularly, and I like to go with him. Just sometimes I just feel good. I feel better afterwards. But also, it's always fun to see the mental gymnastics of the person that's up there speaking, pastor, whatever. It's just like, talking, like trying to make some religious thing out of nothing. Like, the griffin is, a combination of the lion and the eagle. And that means that it's possible that you can be strong-willed in any situation on land or in the air. And it's like, oh my God, this just read the verse. Tell me to be a good person. Be kind to others. You don't have to go into mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the griffin is a divine guardian, a royal emblem, and a theological metaphor, and it's still very capable of killing you. So a multitasking legend.
Yeah. How do you think it would fare against like some other like predators here on Earth? Like, do you think
Real predators?
Yeah, like predators that we know and love, like any zoo animal. Like, how do you think it would?
A hippo?
A hippo, yeah.
In the octagon, hippo versus griffin. Who are you taking?
In the octagon, I honestly
It's a big octagon.
I honestly think hippo. I'm thinking like hard to pierce that skin.
Okay.
Big old teeth. He's hungry, right? That's a given for hippos. That's what they're known for. And I think, I see him just like kind of like I see the hippo getting the griffin in a like a lock and then going ground and pound.
Okay.
If we're talking octagon, what about you? What do you say? You think the griffin wins?
I think in the octagon, griffin versus a hippo, I'd have to give it to the hippo.
Okay.
Only because, like you said, there's no opportunity for the griffin to use its wings.
Right.
If it was like a football stadium situation and the griffin had the mobility to swoop down to pick up a hippo, I think it'd be the griffin. But into the octagon?
What about like a killer whale?
I mean, obviously it would be the griffin because the killer whale would die. Really? Not in the water.
Oh, well, right. But it was an octagon in the water. Okay, picture this.
That doesn't work.
Picture this. It's an octagon.
Okay.
That is also a tank, like a fish tank, right?
Uh-huh.
On the White House lawn. And you've got Shamu versus a griffin. Who wins?
Shamu versus a griffin.
Yeah.
Octagon, underwater, White House lawn.
Yeah.
Griffin.
Oh.
Shamu's just it's hard.
The killer whale.
Yeah, but a killer whale turning on a dime is like turning like 71 Cadillac. It's just as a wide. There's no mobility there.
Oh, I think I get what you mean. Okay.
You get it? Like there's like, remember that scene in Batman '89 where he had to fire a hook just to turn the Batmobile because it was so long?
Right.
That's what that is. Like Shamu can't move like that.
Well, you can't move you can't turn at full speed, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. The mobility of the Griffin would be the whale. I don't know. I'm still picking the whale. I think the whale too big to lose.
Okay.
Too big to fail.
Way off track.
Too big. Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So griffins in heraldry and architecture. Griffins became extremely popular in European heraldry. Noble families loved them because they screamed strength, vigilance, and authority. You can see griffins carved into castle walls, cathedrals, city gates. They're often shown as being alert, standing tall with their wings raised as if they're daring you to try something. And notably, griffins are almost never shown asleep. If you ever see an image of a griffin asleep, it's basically bad at its job.
They don't sleep. So they are guards. So they are meant to be guards. That's miserable.
Yeah, and you'll never see an image of it.
You'll never see him sleeping.
Yeah, you'll never see it depicted as it being asleep. It's always on guard, always watching what it's supposed to. And unlike dragons, which range wildly from wise and monstrous, griffins are remarkably consistent through legend. You've seen goofy dragons in media.
Right.
You've never seen a goofy griffin.
Whoa.
Griffins are always badass.
Dude, that's it. That is the DreamWorks movie, The Goofy Griffin.
The Goofy Griffin?
Yeah.
Man, we keep writing the greatest
the best stuff. Yeah. The Goofy Griffin. How fun is that?
DreamWorks, call us.
Yeah. Not Pixar.
Not Pixar.
No.
So, the Goofy Griffin.
The Goofy Griffin. Yeah.
We have to write that.
How fun would that be?
Okay, we have to write a treatment before this episode goes out.
Yeah, exactly.
And submit it to the WGA.
Good. Yeah,
Okay.
It's in.
So, griffins are usually intelligent, territorial, protective, but not evil. But they're not friendly. They're like Galactus. They're there just to do their thing. They don't destroy for fun. They destroy because you shouldn't be there.
Because they're hungry. Yeah.
Well, griffins, they're there to protect. You know, if you see them, they're there to protect gold or protect a sacred space, and you shouldn't be there. So much like Galactus is just hungry all the time, the griffins are on guard all the time.
Hungry.
So let's talk about griffins in pop cultures. Griffins never really like went away. They just upgraded. So in literature, griffins appear throughout fantasy literature, especially anytime there's ancient magic or lost civilizations involved. C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia, griffins serve as noble, wise creatures fighting for good. And then Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, griffins showed up as powerful mythological beings, still dangerous, but still impressive. And then in modern fantasy and tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons, griffins are classic mounts, guardians, or terrifying entry-level mistakes that early players regret immediately.
Ooh.
Now, what was your first introduction to griffins? Do you remember griffins at all growing up?
I don't really remember them, but I do know that was on the shield of Gryffindor for Harry Potter.
Okay.
And, it was like, one of those like noble, brave creatures, symbols.
Yeah,
type
obviously.
Of thing.
I mean,
yeah. What about you? What about griffins for you early on?
You know what? Kind of like the Legend of Griffins, they were just kind of always there. Like, I don't remember any one instance. I mean, I wasn't a D&D kid. I was more Transformers, Star Trek, like that stuff. So I wasn't a D&D kid. I can't even tell you the first time I saw a griffin in media. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah. What, okay. When you saw that, I mean, if you think like, if you think a platypus is real and you're a kid, you would think a griffin is real.
You know what? Good point.
Very believable.
Good point.
Right? You're like, okay, there are the original 152 Pokemon, right? But then there's like some combos because the
Explain
Pokemon
152 to me. Is that how many Pokemon?
I think that's the original amount of Pokemon.
Okay.
Like in the original Game Boy games, Red and Blue.
Red and Blue. I remember those.
And then just like the original 151, 152.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like some combos, there's some combinations of them and some variants. So yeah, I mean, this is like a believable thing if you're like a kid. But there's enough terrors in the world. Like, growing up in Florida, we had scarier things to think about just on a daily basis, like an alligator just kind of like wandering up to you or blocking traffic, which does happen. But yeah, I mean,
have you been blocked in traffic by an alligator or
there's
crocodile?
There's a road called Alligator Alley, and we have alligators in Florida. Crocodiles are Australia, I think. But there's this road called Alligator Alley, and it goes from, east to west, from one coast, the Gulf of Mexico, to the Atlantic, and it's called Alligator Alley, and it's Route 41, and it's one lane in each direction, and sometimes alligators jump on there.
Have you personally been affected by?
Yeah, I was very young, and my grandfather was driving me and my grandma. We were going to Miami for some reason, and driving east, and yeah, it was like, oh, there's traffic. We didn't know what it was, but then it turned out to be a family of alligators.
All right,
it was pretty crazy.
Well, Griffins also appear in fantasy TV and as background powerhouses. Like you mentioned, Harry Potter features Griffin imagery in house symbolism, the Griffin door, as you said.
Oh, yes.
And magical creatures are inspired by the legend. The Witcher uses Griffin-like creatures as apex monsters.
Whoa.
Animated fantasies frequently lean on Griffins as noble companions or legendary guardians. They are rarely taken as a joke. Griffins demand to be taken seriously. So Griffins also show up in corporate culture a lot. Griffins usually show up on sports teams, universities, corporate logos, because if you want to look powerful, a half lion, half eagle, that's kind of the trick.
That's pretty.
It doesn't get more powerful and noble than that. I know that there was a school back in Buffalo. The sports team was the Griffin.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun. There should be more mythical creatures rather than like, cats or ice dogs, stuff like that.
I mean, we've talked about sports teams being named after cryptids or possible cryptids.
There's only one dragon, I think, and that's UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. But like other mythical stuff, there's not a lot. I mean, mermen would be cool. Like mermaids, mermaids would be a sick mascot.
What sports team should be the Mermen?
I think it would be a great college. So like every sport, like the, football, like this is our college mascot. So football, basketball.
It should be a landlocked state.
Yes, that would be fun.
And it should be not a water sport. The Nebraska Mermen basketball team.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Internet, make that happen.
Nebraska State Mermen.
Nebraska State Mermen.
Yeah, I mean, if Nebraska didn't have corn, maybe like Iowa. I think Iowa's like the Hawks right now. They could change to the Mermen or the Griffins.
Okay, could be the Griffins. Yeah. So yeah, Griffins are typically shorthand for control, power with purpose, and we mean business, but mythically. I think it was the Canisius Griffins. That was the school. I think the Canisius Griffins.
Canisius Griffins.
Canisius, either high school or college.
Was that a private school?
Yeah,
it sounds private.
It was very, very privite. They were my school's rivals.
It's very private. Oh yeah.
My school's rivals.
Ooh.
And I mean the school I got thrown out of. It was their rival. So in closing, Griffins endure because they represent something timeless. The idea of great power should guard something valuable. They aren't wild and chaotic like dragons or tricksters like fays, but Griffins stand watch in a world full of reckless magic and stolen treasure. Having a massive flying lion eagle telling people to behave themselves feels kind of reasonable. What do you think?
I think, man, Griffins don't exist, but this is another example of creating an animal out of thin air based off of the ignorance to not admit that dinosaurs exist and to put fear in anyone's heart that wants to take your treasure.
Okay.
Right? You know, it's like, okay, these are watchdogs. They never sleep. Yeah. It's like somebody, you know, I gave the example of Family Guy earlier where Peter Griffin, just like Peter Griffin. It feels like some rich guy just came up with the idea of the Griffin out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, you could never rob me because I have a fleet of lions that fly and they have eagle heads and they never sleep.
Right.
So
yeah, it definitely
good luck.
sounds like something someone could have made up.
It's something that like Charlie Day would make up. You know what I mean? Where I could see him making up like, yeah, no. It's a lion. Oh man, guys, it's a lion and it's an eagle.
And it eats milk steak.
Yeah, exactly. It eats milk steak and it keeps my treasure. Keeps my treasure warm. You know, keeps my treasure warm. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't sleep is makes me curious about their lifespan.
Okay.
Like, how long do you think a griffin would live?
Right.
Like, I mean, Tom.
Oh, how long do I think a griffin would live?
How long would a griffin live? Like, what's the if it's an animal that flies, that, you know, eagle, as you said, eagle and lion, doesn't sleep, like literally does not sleep. How long do you think it could live?
Are we talking human years or cat years?
In trips around the sun. In cups of coffee.
So human years.
525,600 minutes.
I think a griffin could probably live. You know, how long did it take for the Red Sox to win a championship?
Ooh, I think like 90 something years. Was
I'm gonna
it
go
1914?
97 something years.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
They live long enough just to see the Sox get a pennant.
I think they live.
Fun fact: I don't know what any of that means. I'm not a sports ball guy.
Sports.
I don't know what a pennant is.
I think max 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah, I think only 12 years. And so there's
Why 12 years? How'd you come up with 12 years?
God, how miserable would it be to not sleep for 12 years?
You know what? Very good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
That's what, and a life of protection. Like,
I took a nap yesterday and woke up tired and I was like, all right, I'm done.
The naps aren't working, Tom.
The naps aren't working. Yeah. Anyway, that's our episode on Griffins. 2026 has been a fun start so far with like some of the bigger cryptids. You know, like we most of the beginning of the show is always like lesser known cryptids that kind of fell into the holiday thing. But yeah, so far, unicorns, mermaids, griffins,
Huge.
bigger ones. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Find me at petermurphycomedian.com. Excuse me, petermurphythecomedian.com. And you can find some fun projects right there for you if you're looking to watch something. And on Instagram, Peter_Murphy.
You gonna be on tour at all? Or
Yes.
you gonna be on tour?
You can find me starting through the East Coast on February 17th in Port Crane, New York. Yes. And then yeah, all the dates are listed on my website. So if you're in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, New York, Connecticut, or Michigan, or Indiana, I'm going to be performing near you in the next month and a half. Tom, where can people find you?
I am at _Thom Tran, THOMTRAN. My YouTube page, Thom Tran Online. All kinds of fun stuff. Clips from this show, like shortened versions, like 8-10 minute versions of this show. But also my show, The Story Behind the Strings, where I talk about gear and guitars. Comedy on 11, which is my personal podcast about comedy and music and the gear that I use to make both. And the new series that I'm starting, Solar, for people who probably electrocute themselves. I'm talking mostly about me. That's about my journey into, doing solar, going off the grid, living, and here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I don't want people thinking I am this tree hugging, like blah, blah, blah. I don't give an F.
You live off the grid, man. Your life is off the grid, man.
My whole thing is I'm getting tired of situations happening around the world that affect me personally, things that I have nothing to do with, like the price of oil,
Sure.
political turmoil, All these things that I have no control over affecting how much I pay for gas, how much electricity costs, all that stuff. So I am going off grid to stick it to the man. That's what I'm doing. It has nothing to do with, I've watched enough History Channel shows about what happens to the earth after humanity goes away. Good. This planet is better off without us.
And you're the first to jump off the grid.
I don't know if you've seen any of those shows where they're like, hey, this is what happens to the planet an hour after humans disappear. 2 hours, 3 days, a week, a year. Like, I watched that and I'm like, yeah, this planet is better off without us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So my whole going off the grid, running off solar, that is me just going, yeah, screw the man. Because like ever since I got an electric car, it's like, I don't know what gas costs. It doesn't matter to me.
No.
Because right now,
wow,
I'm charging my car off the sun.
Whoa.
So I'm not even like using the electrical grid to charge my car.
You're so off the
and
grid,
it's
dude.
because I don't give an F. Don't care.
And all that you risk is putting your life in your hands every day.
Yeah, I only
possibly electrocuting yourself to
only
death.
risk electrocuting myself every time but no, I got a breaker switch. It took 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But I got a breaker switch.
I mean, hey, worst case scenario, you die, but you know, you could become a superhero. That could be your origin story.
Electro.
Yeah, you could be Electro.
The gap in my teeth gets fixed.
And yeah, you ride around on the Goofy Griffin.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna name my car the Goofy Griffin.
That's a good car name. That's a good car name.
So anyway, my YouTube channel. Okay, let me start again. I am at _ Thom Tran, THOMTRAN, my YouTube channel, Thom Tran Online. This show is at Cryptids and Comedians across the interwebs. Thanks for watching. Like the episode, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on the podcast, tell your friends about it. Leave us a 5-star rating. Tell us in the comments what cryptid you want us to talk about. I'm always looking for ideas. Like, I'm trying to plan these out like weeks or months in advance and write these scripts in advance. But if there's a cryptid you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and stay magical. I still haven't figured out.
Yes.
Woo.